Clown game to hit the internet. Do not look away because it's so cute. It will make you vomit rainbows and unicorns.
Welcome everyone to a clown-filled adventure with a 2D, or should I say 2.5D platformer game on Kickstarter, along with me in this video, co-host Tubbymora from the Tubby Sandwich channel.
How's it going, guys? This is going to be fun, another Kickstarter. We shall see what this game has to offer.
We'll see if it's clowning around or not. All right, starting off with the team. We have 4 developers working on this game, so this is quite a small team, and this has been in development for a long time. I know this idea of the particular game was in 2008. That's like crazy 11 years ago.
And didn't you mention that this was actually a previous Kickstarter too? Except that he decided to come back with it?
2 years ago, it was at 30,000 as the goal. It didn't quite reach that, but now it's back once again after 2 years. And previously it did really good in terms of like how it looked and stuff, and even had a pre-alpha demo. So after 2 more years of working on the game, I'm glad to see that they didn't like quit, because you know, like probably a Kickstarter and not really reaching the goal could be really heartbreaking, especially when you kind of see yourself like doing it as a full-time job, but things don't really work out sometimes that way.
Yeah, unfortunately. And you know, many of these Kickstarters, a lot of these games are small teams, and a lot of them are kind of just shooting at the dark here in terms of making their passion project come true. So hopefully by covering this, you know, we'll be able to help this guy and his team realize the full potential of his game.
Yeah, even if only one additional person sees this video and even checks out the page, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, you know, we can live with that. This is good. It's good stuff.
So do you want to start off with the presentation of the Kickstarter? How it looks compared to, like, you know, a previous one we did?
Oh yeah, definitely. So this game, what's it called?
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, okay. So Ayo The Clown draws a lot of inspiration from a lot of different types of games in terms of its visual style. In the Kickstarter page, he actually wrote it out. He described it as if Super Mario Brothers, Yoshi, Kirby, and Little Big Planet had a child, this would be it. And I couldn't agree with that anymore, because it looks just like that. It looks cute. It looks charming. It looks very lighthearted, cartoony. And it's really strange, because when you think of a video game based on a clown, you usually think of something creepy, something scary, something along the lines of Pennywise, you know, or Ronald McDonald.
He gives children Happy Meals.
I'm pretty sure I thought they banned that clown for a while from all the McDonald's because he was labeled too scary. But that's a topic for another time. Let's go back onto the game.
So the look of the game, like you were saying, as it was described, I'm glad that those descriptions of those particular games actually carries over. You could initially see it like automatically, especially if you played those games. You can see it in the GIFs down here under the unique platforms. Shows many different things, many varieties of levels, and I like how it incorporates the silly kind of like, there's a cow and there's like platforms that actually make expressions, and I can see all of that being inspirations from Little Big Planet, because it has that same type of style with the somewhat ish realistic but not really realistic. It's like a blend, and it's really awesome to see this in a platformer, especially one that really looks like it's going to be pretty solid from the video that I've seen, and also from a lot of the screenshots. Like if you look at the huge bosses section, I like how that boss goes like in the foreground and the background while you're still on that plane. That's really cool.
2.5D. Yeah, you can definitely tell that there is a lot of passion behind this project. And what I really love about this, and I don't think it's really like talked about in terms of platformers, but what I really love about these kind of platforming games is he's not just throwing random platforms into this world and then just calling it a platformer game. Because if you look very carefully, a lot of these platforms actually fit within the world. For example, in the bottom left-hand GIF, you know, that's the circus level, right? And then usually in those circus shows, you can always see them spinning plates on top of a stick as part of the show. Just like that right there is very unique. Or like Naxo said earlier, about the cow. I'm not sure what level that is, but you know, I can't really name that many platformers where, you know, you jump on a cow attached to a rope. Like it's unique. Like every single one of these screenshots and GIFs, they're all unique and they feel very different from one another.
Yeah, you can see from the pig, right? The pig one, the third one from the bottom left, and the cow. It looks to be on the same like level if you look at the background. So this seems to be like a farm theme, so it's all consistent, like you were saying. And that's actually really nice, not just throwing it in like anything in when the game just call it like unique, actually making it fit inside that world. It's like details like that actually really makes a game like stand out on its own. Yeah, and I'm glad to see that the developers, the people are really taking care of it. And if you even like look down at some of the enemies, you see you have the sharks, you have a dinosaur thing with a weird face, you have an arcade machine. So you have a bee. Is that a Klondike bar?
I think so. I think that's a Klondike. And then they have the peppermint soldier. It's just like the designs. Everything is different from another, but they all feel like they could fit in the same world. They have the same distinct style, and everything is just cute and adorable.
Yeah, this is a game that initially caught my attention just because of the graphics, the like clayish looking visuals it has. I really love that. There's like games out there that you see this, some of them being the Yoshi games, which, you know, goes back to the description. I always just like that kind of style, like
toys and crafts and stuff like that. Yeah,
and it really fits the whole clown aesthetic. That's what I like about it.
I'm just excited to see that there's a clown game out there that won't give you nightmare fuel.
You think that?
Or who knows? Maybe there is a scary game or a scary level in this game. We just haven't seen it yet.
Well, actually, that'd be pretty good.
That would be like pretty good.
I also like, you see it has skills like the head stomp, wall jump, slope slide, and many more. Initially, I thought this was just going to be like a standard platformer, but after seeing a couple abilities, it's actually really cool how it is even better than originally expected. Along with the side quests too. You have plenty of side quests, which is really different because, again, I thought this was going to be a really linear type of like go to one level to the next level and pretty much go to the end of the game. But it seems like it has a lot more stuff than that.
Yeah, and from what we were reading, it looks like they intend to actually create according to the Kickstarter, create an inspiring and memorable story, you know, about friendship and stuff like that, all the lighthearted things. So that's going to be really interesting because most of the time, I'd say like most 2D platforms, they don't really have a story, or if there is a story, it's generally pretty loose in terms of connecting to the gameplay itself. It's kind of like gameplay is the major focus, but it sounds like from the Kickstarter page, he definitely intends to create a dynamic story from beginning to end, which is pretty exciting.
Looking at the story, his dog goes missing. Reminds you of something else, Tubby?
This is John Wick, man. John Wick dressed up as a clown.
Well, I kind of like see that actually being a thing. Oh my goodness. But it's really cool seeing like this in actual visual form, and you can see even more of that in the actual trailer. I like how this goes out of its way to tell a story. And if you looked at the previous Kickstarter, there was actually like a comic that you could collect. I'm not sure if they're going to be like, it's going to be in this game, but they were like pieces of a comic, like before, like a prequel of what happened here. So I'm not sure if they're going to include that in this game, but this game will have collectibles, which is really nice. Along with that, 8 regions. So quite a big game, a standard 8 worlds and a lot of games that you see, but that is actually nice that has the overworld, the vast world of Ayo, and you can see the different lands and how they all have their own consistent looks. Those flowers really remind me of Plants vs Zombies.
And it's what I like about this Kickstarter project too is just how transparent it is in terms of detailing what's in the game itself. Like he does not hold back with this Kickstarter. He tells you exactly how many regions there are. He tells you what the regions are going to be. He shows you all the characters. He even there's even a section for music, so you can hear the sampling of what the songs will feel like and what they sound like. It's just this Kickstarter. I'm not going to mention some other Kickstarters, but this Kickstarter does just a good job of like laying everything out on the table. You know, like this is his passion project. Him and his team want to create this specific product, and he knows what he wants to create, and that's what makes this Kickstarter great.
And along with that, we have really good transparency with what you're going to get in this Kickstarter. So if you go all the way up to the top, you can see what candies can I get. This is just plain and simple. It shows exactly what you're going to get with each tier. Doesn't look weird. It doesn't like
the graphic, right?
Yeah, the graphic. So you see at $5,
goodness.
10, 17, all the stars, and it's just nice to look at, because this is just something that I see some Kickstarters do well at and some not so well.
Yeah, I kind of wish more Kickstarters did this. Just like that, just like one simple graphic that lays out everything nicely. It's easy to understand. Because it's, sure, you have all the massive blocks of text on the right-hand side, but most people don't want to really read everything, to be honest. So it's just nice to have like a quick reference sheet about, what you're going to get. And what makes this even better is that if you scroll down from that graphic, it actually has mock pictures of what the rewards will look like the physical rewards, like the physical game, the art book, how do you say crochet? Yeah, like the crochet. Eventually they'll add the plushie picture soon. They even show you what your likeness of an NPC would be like if you actually got it.
And the object too.
Yeah, even the object. This is a good Kickstarter. They are 100% transparent about everything.
And even if you go further down, if you manage to like pledge, but you want this additional add-ons, you can just have add-ons afterwards. So even says like when you just manage your pledge at the top of the page, you can add your add-on amount at the top of the pledge amount and save it, and it'll send a survey. So it's just nice. Like if you want something like, let's say you wanted the standard game, right? And then you just want an additional add-on like the digital art book, you can just add it on. Or physical add-ons, like what if you just wanted the collector's edition? You still have to be, in order to get the physical add-ons, you have to be at the knife tier or higher. So with that is around the $75. So if you're at $75 and you want to get like additional physical ones, you can just like have it added on. But if you just want to get like the digital ones, that's just nice just to have different options like afterwards in case you change your mind.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about this Kickstarter and this entire project is it gives you that choice, which is just really nice. You're not locked into anything.
So looking at this, it seems it's going to be coming to Steam. Another thing that I like is it literally says it has an icon right there. Like it says what platform on PC is coming to in 2020. That's the date. Along with the consoles, if the stretch goals are met. First is going to be the Switch, which is a good choice for a lot of indie games.
Yeah, that's true.
At 35,000, you see the stretch goals. At 45, it's question mark. And also the languages are laid out here, and that's really important for everyone internationally. With that's the planned languages, that's actually really important. And you have voice and text, which is, I'm assuming the narrator and the character and the enemies and stuff. I don't know anything else, but it's just nice to have that laid out. And this is like, I think this might be the first time too I see like languages laid out. It's something that I don't know, a lot of people might like gloss over.
Yeah, they usually overlook it.
Yeah, but not everyone understands or speaks English and just wants to have a different language.
Yeah, well, at least it's confirmed for text. Like it would be cool if they added voice as well, but I think with a project,
expensive.
project this small and with the limited resources, it makes sense that they would only have text. But any kind of language is always appreciated. These types of games.
One awesome thing that some Kickstarters do and other Kickstarters don't is show exactly where the money will be going. You see the development, the tax, fees, marketing, rewards, music, and licenses. It's nice to see that 55% of that will go to development. It's still like 1%. This is nice to see like this in a graph form. So, and also they have like their kind of funny texts in here too with no need for moonlighting as a clown anymore. It's just funny.
It's what's great about this is these developers, they're self-aware of generally how sour Kickstarter projects can go, because most Kickstarter projects, like Naxo said, some of them don't really outline where the where the money's going to. In fact, when you look at some Kickstarters, it just sounds like they're just trying to grab more money than they need to. I'm not going to specify any projects, but some of them definitely do that. And it's just nice to see, especially in graphics like this, it just clearly defines where the funding is going to be heading to. Again, the whole transparency thing on the Kickstarters, I think it's so important. I know Naxo thinks it's important too, because we've had some Kickstarter projects that didn't quite live up to expectations, and you kind of wonder what happened to the funding. Like, they had so much money to work with, you kind of wonder where it actually went to. But oh my goodness. So thank you very much for doing this.
One of the last things to cover, risk and challenges. It's always interesting to see more into the insights of the developer with them talking about the game actually being pretty much done, besides finishing up some of the bugs and polishing the game off to make it more fun. They're very confident in the game that will finish on time, but since they are human and the world is not perfect, some things might take a little bit longer. I'm just glad that they're transparent, and surprised to see that a game that's on Kickstarter is pretty far ahead and basically done, and it just needs the additional money to make it even that much better. So I don't know. Overall, I think this is one of the best Kickstarters we actually looked at, like out of the 4 or so that we covered.
Yeah, that's very true. Plus, it also helps that they do have social media as well, like Twitter, Facebook. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be updating us as the game continues to progress along throughout the year. Which is really good stuff.
Yeah, if you want to check out their Instagram and Twitter, they have been updating a lot. That's how I found them on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Which was actually, that's actually originally found them. And they are really consistent with a lot of the things that they share. Some things not even covered here is shared there in like videos and images.
Oh,
so it's really awesome.
Yeah, that's true. I'm actually on their Instagram right now. There's a lot of these pictures I haven't even seen before. It's pretty cool.
I like it. So again, if you want to support Ayo The Clown, I'll have the links to this and everything we talked about in the description of this video. Thank you, Tubby, for joining me once again. It's always fun doing these Kickstarter games because you never know what you're going to see.
Shoot, next time we should just like do another Kickstarter. Just go to the final page of the Kickstarters and then just cover that game. Just to see what kind of stuff we'll get. Because you're right, you never know what you're gonna get with these Kickstarter games. It's either you have the opposite end where you have a great game like this, Ayo The Clown, where everything is laid out cleanly and nicely. They have an idea of what they're gonna do, and then on the other end of the spectrum, you have games that I will not mention, and you have no idea what's happening, and it just seems suspicious about what they're trying to achieve. But yeah, it was fun. Thank you for having me. I look forward to being here for another one.
Thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, take care.